call the border secure?
The border is secure, but we also have a broken immigration system, in particular over the last 4 years before we came in, and it needs to be fixed.
We're going to have 2 million people cross this border for the first time ever. You're confident this border's secure?
We have a secure border.
Joining me now, my friend John Philips of the John Philips Show. John, I love how these politicians talk, and of course, losers like Chuck Todd let them get away with it. We have a broken immigration system, and they just kind of let that go. They just throw out these words. It's like support our troops. That was one of the great ones. What does that mean? What does that mean? A broken immigration system? That might prompt a follow-up question. Okay, what's broken about it? What would you fix? But you never get that, do you, John?
No, this is one of these cases. It's like baseball, where tie goes to the runner. And one of the things that these politicians on the left do is they just repeat something that's transparently false over and over and over again. And they think that if they do it, then at a certain point, people will believe it. And if there's no pushback, if there's no follow-up, then yeah, you can say, oh, crime is going down. You know, you may think crime is going up because you watch your local news and every lead story is a crime story, but that's just the way you feel. And if you were smart enough to understand the statistics, you would know that crime is actually going down. But I understand you are very emotional and you have all of these feelings. They talk to us like they picture an abusive husband to speak to a wife, you know, and they just do it over and over and over. Homelessness, too. Oh, you think homelessness is going up? No. If you were bright enough, you would understand that the statistics that we have show that homelessness is going down, but your IQ just doesn't eclipse room temperature, so we understand.
Okay, we joke about Dome because she's easy to make fun of, and we know she's not running anything on the border, but she is, for all of her other endless flaws, she is an incredibly ambitious human being who is now vice president. Does she actually have influence? I've not talked to a single person that I know in D.C., in the D.C. gossip circles, who says she really has influence, but she has to have some. Vice president isn't nothing, for lack of a better way to put it.
No, I think she has no influence. I think she wakes up in the morning, she walks out to the end of her driveway in her bathrobe, she picks up the paper, and if the headline is anything other than Grampy Joe is dead, she goes back to sleep. That's the extent of her. The vice president really has no constitutional power. It's whatever the president delegates to her. And we know what Joe Biden and Dr. Jill Biden think of her. They think nothing of her. They thought that she would help them win the election. And from their point of view, she's done that. And now she's could be discarded.
Okay, well, we'll get to Jill in a second. That prompts me to ask this. She is ambitious, right? Given how she began her career, and then she's done everything possible to rise through the ranks. She's not somebody who's just going to step aside in 2024 when they make old Papa Joe retire back to Delaware. I realize she's probably not going to win a Democratic primary, but she's not just going to take her ball and go home because they tell her to.
No, but Gavin Newsom right now is taking the lane that would be available to her. She's from California. She has a huge ability to raise money. She is someone who was able to win statewide office in the most populated state in the nation. He is still there, and he's going to demonstrate that he can do that again. She cannot criticize him. She cannot criticize the administration overtly. So Gavin Newsom is out everywhere he can go, attacking them from the left for not being vocal enough on abortion, for not being vocal enough on immigration. She has to defend the status quo. Her hands are literally tied. She can't do what Gavin Newsom has the ability to do. And whether she knows it or not, what he's doing right now is he's hacking her to death with an ice pick.
Don't miss Jesse Kelly Breaks History, Che Guevara, the latest episode of a new series available now exclusively for First TV supporters. Visit the First TV app or thefirsttv.com to subscribe and start watching today.